Hello and welcome. This is the third video of the series where I'm guiding you on bringing your parents to Canada. In this video, I'm going to talk about the documents and proofs you need to upload for the visit visa application. In my previous two videos, I have talked about how to create an online account on this new IRCC portal and how to fill the complete form for your father as well as for your mother. So in case if you have not watched those two videos, please watch them now or maybe later after this video if you are looking for that information. But now let's pick up right where we left off in the previous video. As you can see that I have completely filled the information for my mother and father both in this group travel visa application. Now I will upload the required documents separately for both of them. I'll start with my father first. So I will click on this continue button. So this is the page where you will upload the documents for your father. Well, the list of documents depend on what kind of visa you are applying for and how you have answered the questions in your previous pages. You need to upload all the documents in the supporting section below for your father and again for your mother on a different page. Then pay the combined fees and submit the group application. Then there is some information about the file size and type. So in short, each of your documents should be under 2 MB and I personally prefer the PDF format because it's easy when it comes to merge multiple pages or reduce the total size. So we have two sections here, supporting documents and optional documents. In the supporting documents, we have the national identity document, passport or your travel document, proof of funds, use of representative form, and the marriage certificate. And then for the optional section, there is a consent personal information form, employer letter form, additional documents. But in the most of the cases, you just need to provide the additional documents where you will be highlighting some of your points which could make your profile stronger. So it also says that any additional documents or explanations that you think may assist the processing officer. I'll show you in this video how we prepared this document and what additional information we provided to IRCC. And to save some time, I'm not going to talk about the employer letter and the consent personal information form. You can just go through the description, and if you feel that you need to upload these documents, then you can prepare that. But in my case, I never uploaded anything on these sections. Now let's look at the supporting documents as well. The first we have here is the national identity document. So you may have some requirements for the national identity document, which is that it should have your photograph. It should be issued by the official authority and must be issued by your country of citizenship or the permanent residence. It should have your name, date of birth, the document number, date of issue and expiry, and so on. Don't worry about the expiry date for the Aadhaar card if you are from India. But if you are missing something else, you may need to combine the multiple documents into this section. So this is a straightforward document. I will have this in the PDF format for my father and I will upload this now. Make sure that you name the document accordingly. So you can see that this is the place where I have all the documents for my father and I have the national identity document here. And you can see that I have named it as SK, which is the initial of my father, and then national identity document. I can just open it and show you. So that's the national identity document for my father. I will just upload this one to the IRCC portal account. So as you can see that I just uploaded the national identity document for my father. Then you need to upload your passport or the travel document. I will just read the requirement. It just says that you must provide a copy of your pages that shows your birth date, country of origin, which means your first and last page of the passport, and also any pages with the stamps, visa or markings. So if there are any stamps in your passport from any previous visits, do not forget to add them as well in the document. And also you need to provide a color copy of your passport or the travel document. So just do not provide any black and white version of the passport. And if I open the list of documents for my father again, here is the passport. So you can see that I have added the first page and the last page of my father's passport. And if you have any pages with the stamps, so you can just add those pages as well in the same file. So I'm going to upload this file for this application. So I'll click on the add file. I will select the passport and click on open. So I have loaded the passport. Now let's see the proof of funds. As I have mentioned before in my previous videos that there is no minimum requirement to show the proof of funds. It basically depends on the duration of your trips. So let's say if you're coming for just 1 or 2 months, maybe a $5,000 should be enough too. But if you are mentioning that you will leave Canada after 5 or 6 months, you may need to recalculate your expenses and then show the total funds according to that. So basically, there are two options. The first one is you won't be getting the financial support. And the second option is that you will depend on someone financially during your stay in Canada. So for the option one, if you are not getting any support, then show that you can support yourself and any dependent who will accompany you while in Canada by providing one or more of the following pieces of evidence, which is the bank statement for the past 4 months, a certified check, bank draft or money order, or any written statements that a processing officer will be able to confirm. But if you will depend on someone financially during your stay in Canada, so in that case, that person needs to confirm that he or she is giving you the money for your stay in Canada and must attach their bank statements. For example, if I'm inviting my parents here, I can say that I will bear all the expenses, including the flight tickets, and then I will attach my Canadian bank statements to prove that I have enough money to support my parents' expenses here in Canada. Now let's see the proof of funds file for this application. Since this can be exactly same for my both parents, I named it as SK Gita Proof of Funds. So let's open it. Well, I'm showing you the document which my wife used for her parents. We added 30 pages in this file application, and the first page is the confirmation from our side that we will bear all the expenses for our parents. So here on the top, I have the name of father and mother, their date of birth, and then here on the right, I am writing that it's a travel visa application, then a name, Aishi Gupta, my wife's name, the address, phone number, and email ID. It says the proof of funds. Then we have the letter of financial support for my parents' temporary stay in Canada. I will just quickly read what I have written here. So I'm saying that, dear Canadian immigration official, visa officers, I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing this to confirm my financial support for my parents. Then name of your parents. During their temporary stay in Canada, they plan to be in Canada from this to this date for tourism and visiting me and my husband. As their daughter, I am committed to providing financial assistance to ensure their stay is comfortable and stress-free, and I understand the financial responsibilities involved and hereby confirm the following details. The amount of financial support. So I'm committing to providing financial support amounting to this much Canadian dollar or more during my parents' temporary stay in Canada. And proof of sufficient funds, which is below in this letter. I'm providing my last 4 months of bank account statements showing this much amount in Canadian bank account, and my husband Arpit Gupta also has promised to provide any extra financial help if needed. My husband has this much amount in his Canadian bank account, so in total we have this much amount in our Canadian bank accounts, which I believe is more than enough to support my parents for their short and temporary stay in Canada. I'm fully aware of the financial responsibilities associated with my parents' stay, and I'm prepared to meet any unforeseen expenses that may arise. Please do not hesitate to contact me if you require any information or documents to support this commitment. I can be reached at this number. Thank you for considering this request. I am looking forward to my parents' visit to Canada and trust that they will have a wonderful and memorable experience. And then you're just writing your name and the date. And then on the second page, I'm mentioning that what we are going to include in this file for the proof of fund. So first, we are going to include the invitation letter. Then we are providing the relationship evidence between Ayushi Gupta and her parents, because that is also one of the requirement, that the person must also provide the evidence for their relationship with you. So that is why we are attaching Ayushi's passport and the birth certificate. And we are also attaching Ayushi's PR card to prove her status in Canada, employment confirmation letter, the bank statements for last 4 months, and then I am also attaching my employment confirmation letter and the bank statement for last 4 months. And then here we are attaching the income tax return and the bank statements for father, proof of investments under father's name, then income tax returns and bank statements on my mother's name, and again the proof of investments on mother's name. So this was the exact document which we used for when my wife was applying for her parents. So Aisha is my wife and my name is Arpit. And this is how we drafted the proof of fund letter. And if I scroll down, this is the invitation letter. You can just follow the same format and change some details if needed according to your situation. I'll just quickly show you what we have done. So on the top, we have father's name and mother's name, their date of births. It is a travel visa application. Then this is the invitation letter which Aishi, my wife, is writing to her parents. So that's why we have Aishi's name here, the address, contact number, and email ID. And then on the subject, we are saying it's the letter of invitation for my parents, and then name of your parents. Dear Canadian immigration officials or visa officer, I'm providing this letter of invitation on behalf of my parents, whom I wish to invite to Canada. My name is Ayushi Gupta and the date of birth is this. I am a Canadian permanent resident and I live at this address in Canada. I can be reached at this number. I work at this company as a, then your designation. I am currently married to Arpit Gupta. He is also a PR in Canada and live with me at the same address as mentioned above. Through this letter, I'm inviting my parents, then name of your parents, to Canada from this date to this date. My father was born on this date and my mother was born on this date. They both currently live in India at this address in Delhi, India. Their contact numbers are this and this respectively. Then the purpose. The purpose of visit is to spend some quality time with us here in Canada. We recently bought our first home in Canada, so we would like to invite them for a small housewarming ceremony too. Additionally, they will be visiting nearby tourist attractions. Although they are only coming for a short period of time, they will be going back to India on this date. They are very excited to visit us from now itself. And then in this paragraph, you need to talk about the home ties or the ownership or the property of your parents. And at the end, I'm saying that being a responsible citizen of India, both my father and mother file the income tax return every year. During their visit, they will be bringing some money. So this is the money they will be bringing to Canada for the emergency needs. However, being their daughter, I will bear all the expenses here in Canada. They will live with us at our own house and will be visiting all the places with us. My husband and I have enough funds, this much amount, in our Canadian bank accounts. So to accommodate their complete trip to Canada, I also plan to purchase their travel and health insurance from this company once their visit visa is approved. And then I'm again saying or repeating the same thing, that they will not overstay, as my father is maybe, let's say, businessman or any other designation in India. And my mother is, let's say, a teacher or housewife or something like that. They also have a son or daughter, maybe your siblings, who works in Delhi, India. So they have no intent to stay as the legal immigrants. So this is how we drafted the invitation letter, and we are directly addressing this invitation letter to IRCC, not to the parents. Anyway, any format is fine. It's just up to you what format you want to adopt. This is how we drafted the invitation letter when my wife invited her parents, and we had no issues for the visa approval. And then in the below pages, I am attaching these documents which I have mentioned above. So this will help the IRCC officers to know that what documents we are attaching in this file and on which page he can look for that document. Well, I know it's too much. You can adjust the formatting of the document according to your need, but this is how we uploaded the proof of document funds, and the visit visa was approved without any issues. So I will close this now and upload this document here. Proof of funds, add files, SK Gita proof of funds, open. So I have uploaded the proof of funds document here. Now the next one is the use of representative, IMM 5476. So in your previous questions, if you have not opted for the use of representative, so you will not see that form. If you have opted the use of representative, you will see this option to upload the use of representative IMM 5476 document. You can download this form online from the IRCC website. Make sure that you are downloading the latest form. I have already downloaded and filled the form. I will just show you what details I had to fill. It's very small form, just a 3-page document. And I am appointing our representative. So I will check this box. And if I'm checking this box, I need to just complete section A, B, and D. Section A is about the applicant information. So here I will write my father's detail here. So father's name, his date of birth, and then these things are not applicable, so I'm writing NA. Section B is the appointment of representative. That's where you will write the representative information. So in this application, I am being the representative for my father. So I will write my details here, my name, and then I am a family or I'm a friend of family member. And then here the contact information. So I don't have any firm or organization, NA, and NA, whatever is not applicable, just write NA. And then here I will provide my Canadian address, my phone number, email ID, and the signature. I will write, I will do my signature here and I will put the date. Section C is not applicable. It's if you are canceling the appointment of the representative. So I filled NA. And then on this page, it's the declaration by your father. So your father will sign this document here and write the date. That's it. This is all about the IMM 5476, and you need to fill this document again separately for your mother. So for your mother, in the section A, you will write your mother's detail, mother's name and date of birth. And section B will be the same. And in the section D, your mother's signature is required. So I hope you are clear with this IMM 5476 form. So I will upload this document here. Use of representative, add file, IMM 5476, click open, and yeah, this has been uploaded. Now the marriage certificate. Well, my wife's parents do not have the marriage certificate. So what we did, we wrote a small explanation, and I'll show you what we did. So here I have made a document for the marriage certificate, but inside that I am writing the explanation and I am attaching the supporting documents. So I'm saying it's a proof of marriage and providing the alternate documents. I'm addressing this to IRCC and saying that I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing this letter to you regarding not having a marriage certificate. I, name of your father, was married to, then name of your mother, on this date in Delhi. We have been happily married for more than 30 years now. We have 2 beautiful children, and you can just write the details. This is the information we provided. You can just tailor, all these wordings according to your situation. And I'm saying that our daughter is the one who is a Canadian PR now and inviting us to visit her in Canada. Since I do not have the official marriage certificate from the government, I'm providing you the other official documents to prove my marriage with my wife, then your mother's name. Below is the list of documents I am providing for the same. My passport, please check my name, which means your father's name, and my spouse name, which means your mother's name. And then second document is your my wife's passport, so which means here you will be providing your mother's name and her spouse name, your father's name. And the third supporting document is the birth certificate for my daughter. So please find the father's name and mother's name on the birth certificate. And if I scroll down, so I have on the first page, I have father's document, then I have mother's passport. Here I have father's passport, then mother's passport, and on the next page, it's the birth certificate for my wife, which has father's name and mother's name both, which proves that they both are married. And I will have the same document for my mother section as well, but I will change few wordings. I will say that here I will write mother's name was married to your father's name. And then again here I will say that to prove my marriage with my husband, your father's name. And here you will say my passport, which means please check my name, which means your mother's name. My spouse name, your father's name. And then here you will say my husband's passport in your mother's document. So please check my husband's name and his spouse name. And this is going to be the same, and all these files will be the same. So I created two separate files and changed the wordings accordingly, whether it is for father or mother. So I hope you understand that how I prepared the marriage certificate, because we did not have the marriage certificate. And now I'm going to upload this document here. Marriage certificate. I'll select this, click on open, and the document has been uploaded. So we are done with the supporting documents, and now let's look into the optional ones. And as I said that we only uploaded the additional documents under the optional documents section. And it says that any additional documents or explanations that you think may assist the processing officer. So here is the document for the additional document, and even this document is going to be the same for my father and mother. So I will not make a duplicate or separate copy of this. I will upload the same document for my father as well as in my mother's section. And let's see what I have inside this document. And again, this is also a 30-page file. I have the index page first, so I'm adding the invitation letter here. I have the itinerary or the purpose of visit, then the ties to home country, which includes the ownership of the properties and all, the passport stamps from the previous visits to foreign countries, because my wife's parents did visit some foreign countries before coming to Canada. And we provided those, the stamp pages. Property ownership proof of our daughter Ayushi Gupta and son-in-law Arpit Gupta, which means that we purchased a property or the house here in Canada. So we also provided those pages to support our application, because in the proof of funds, we mentioned that they are coming for the housewarming ceremony. So just to support that statement, we are providing this document here. And then at the end, we are providing the PR cards for Ayushi and Arpit both, just to prove our status in Canada. So it's up to you. It's an optional document. So if you think that by providing a certain document, your application may become little stronger, so please feel free to add those documents under this additional document section. So let's see, just scroll down. First, I have the invitation letter. So it's the same page which you saw on the proof of funds file. It's the same invitation letter. Then if I scroll down further, I have the itinerary, and I'm saying the purpose of visit and itinerary. This is how I drafted this one. Dear Canadian immigration officials or visa officers, our intended travel dates to Canada are from this date to this date. Throughout our stay, we plan to reside at our daughter's Ayushi's residence located at this address in Canada. Our primary reason for our visit is to see our daughter Ayushi in Canada and attend a small housewarming ceremony that she and her husband wish to hold in our honor. They acquired their new home in Canada, and we have enclosed the necessary documents as proof of their property ownership. Additionally, while in Canada, we intend to explore nearby attractions in these places and other places of interest. In summary, our visit to Canada serves two main purposes: visiting our daughter and son in law, engaging in tourism activities, exploring cities like Toronto, Calgary, Ottawa, Montreal, etc. We appreciate your consideration of our visa application and are committed to adhering all rules and regulations during our stay. And then thanks, write your mother and father name and the date. If I scroll down below, I'm writing few details about the ties to their home country in India. So again, I'm writing this letter to IRCC and saying that we, as a responsible citizen of India, are seeking the opportunity to visit our daughter and son-in-law in Canada from this date to this date. I am, then the name, while my wife name and your occupation. We would like to provide you some details about the ties and commitments in India. So the residence, so if you own the house, you can provide the details about the ownership of your house, which means I'm talking about the parents in India. And here the vehicle ownership. So if you have any, if your parents have any vehicles on their name, you can write that information here. Investments, if you have any if your parents have any investments, just write those details here. Previous visits to foreign country, so just write that detail here as well. These aspects underline our strong connections and commitments to our home country India. Given our familial and professional responsibilities, we assure you that our visit to Canada will be temporary and we are committed to return to India on this date. We appreciate your consideration of our visa application and assure you of our compliance with all regulations during our stay in Canada, and signature or maybe the name of your father and mother. So as you mentioned about all these points, don't forget, and it's required to prove to attach all the documents which support your claims in these points. So at below on the rest of the pages, I am attaching the documents which supports the claims of my of the home ties for my parents. I hope this is also clear for you guys. I will just close this one and upload it to the portal. Click on Add File, SK Gita Additional Documents, click on Open, and you can see you have uploaded the additional documents. So you have uploaded all the supporting documents for your father. You have uploaded the optional document, which is just one for your father again. What you will do is you will go back to the group table, and now you have to upload the same documents, not the same document, I mean individual documents which are for your mother under this section. So I will click on continue. So once you click on continue, you will see the same page where you need to upload all the documents for your mother. I will not going to open or show you anything. I'll just keep uploading all the documents very quickly. So here I have my mother's folder. So it was the national identity document. I'll upload this one, and then the passport. I'll upload my mother's passport, proof of funds. This is actually common document for your father and mother, and I will upload this one here. Then the use of representative form is this one. The marriage certificate is this one. So all the supporting documents are done. And then for the optional document, there is one more. There's just one additional document, and it's again the common between your father and mother. I'm going to upload that one. So now we can say that we have uploaded all the documents for your father and mother. What I'll do is I don't have to go back again in case if you want to make any change or adjustments, you can do that. But if you think that you have filled all the information and that is accurate and you have uploaded all the correct documents, what you will do is you will go next step, which is save and continue. And again, yes, so the save and continue you have to do for both of your parents. So what I will do is I will do it in step. I will go to the return to group table. I'll do one by one. So first I will go on my father's page, click on continue. So you can see that you have all the documents uploaded here. What you will do is you will click on save and continue. And then you have some consent and declaration form. Just click yes that you consent. Your surname. I'll write my father's surname or last name. And the first name. The first name is optional, but anyway, I will write it. And then click on save and continue. So you are done with the declaration part for the father, and now it says complete. Similarly, you will do the same thing for your mother. Click on continue. You will see all the documents which you uploaded for your mother. Click on save and continue here. Now this is the consent and declaration page for your mother. Click yes. Write your mother's last name and first name. Click on save and continue. So now you have completed this application for both of your parents, and you have a little message here which says that you now need to tell us who is the principal applicant for your group and how each applicant is related to this person. So we will see this information in the next slides. So click on this button that I confirm I have completed this application in this group. Click on save and continue. And here you have option to select who will be the principal applicant. So it's up to you. In my case, I am making my father as the principal applicant. But if you want to change, you can just click here and change the principal applicant to your mother. Click on save and continue. And now you need to specify that how they both are related. So I'll say spouse because they are husband and wife. So it says that you are now ready to pay and submit your applications. Click on save and continue. The fees page, you will see the fees. We have 2 members here, so that's why it's $200 for each, and we have $85 each for the biometrics. So there are 2 persons, so we will pay $170 for the biometrics. This is the total amount you will be paying. You can use your any credit card to pay this application fees. Just click on save and continue and write the details about your credit card and complete the transaction. Once you do that, you will receive few messages in your IRCC account. I'll show you where. So I'll just do the exit transaction. And after you make the payment, you will see your submitted application here, and any new messages which you have in this IRCC portal. So I think that is all about the document section for this video, and the overall series which we did. So we made total 3 videos. In the first video, we talked about how to create this online portal account. In the second video, we talked about how to fill this complete application form for both of your parents. And in this third video, we talked about what documents we need to upload and how to prepare those documents. So I hope this video was useful, and please share this video with your friends or parents whom you want to invite, and just like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay tuned. We will be posting few more videos on overall Canada visa application process. Thank you.